it's Thursday. Now, over the last 3 years, I have been crocheting every single Pokemon without patterns. Even the ones that look like people. You want to see? So there they all are, and you have named all of them. Now this whole thing has been something I've been wanting to try ever since I first picked up a crochet hook. This video is the combined efforts of 20 challenge videos, 58 streams, and 400 pages of accumulated notes over 3 years. And conveniently, this was my starting point. The starters. So back in 2022, I ended up releasing all 3 of these guys as their own separate pattern videos. So technically Squirtle was first, then Charmander, and finally Bulbasaur. So those videos are still available here on the channel, but I would like to warn you that they are on the older side, so regarding techniques and formatting, things might be a little bit bumpy. So I had my little starter trio. A couple of months later, I set out to make as many of the evolutions as I could in a single 24-hour window. I made it through 6 of them. Okay guys, it's 2 AM and I am done with today. I don't know about you. But only Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon are relevant today. These ones are basically geriatric when it comes to the rest of the collection, so you're going to have to forgive the fact that they don't necessarily stand up as easily as some of the others. I really should go back and finish the others at some point, because we only really made Umbreon and Espeon other than these 4, and I kind of thought that would be it. I'm wrong sometimes. I had my little starter trio and I had my evolutions, and I'm usually a pretty reasonable person. There's more than 1,000 other Pokemon, and trying to crochet them all would be a little ridiculous. So then in March of 2023, I'd been watching a lot of PM7 and I really wanted to give more of a gameplay style challenge a go, to see what I can do mashing it up with crochet. Okay, so we are playing Fire Red today. First one we are making today is going to be... yes! It's Gengar! Nugget, because she's a frozen bird, you know? She's a chicken nugget. Beads! Voltorb! Okay. One of those things where I made him like 10 years ago, so I don't really know if he can... I'm going to basically create a ball. But a better one than that. 9 o'clock at night and I'm here stitching pollen onto petals. What even is my life? Where we made Gengar, Articuno, Vulpix, Weedle, Voltorb, and Vileplume. And this format actually paved the way for my Soul Silver Random Evolution run, which is still running, barely. We're at the Elite Four, it's a whole thing, more on that later. It also boosted our Pokédex up to 13 out of 151. Now, I'm a collector at heart, and now that we had made it this far, I was a little bit hooked. I've mentioned the Soul Silver run, it kicked off in August of 2023. So today I'm going to be starting this new Pokemon series, our Soul Silver run, where every time my Pokemon levels up, they evolve into something random and I get to make it. For this particular series, we are going to be including all Pokemon up to and including Gen 4, which definitely complicated things. But over the course of the first 6 episodes, we managed to make Seadra, Metapod, Dodrio, that's just so many heads, Nidoran female, Magnemite, and Mew. This isn't the first time I've actually attempted to do this particular challenge or something that looks like this. It's actually the first major plan I had when I first picked up a hook. Now, I've shown this little lady before. Please be nice to her. She is supposed to be Mew. So the pattern is one that I found online because I didn't have a clue how to make my own yet. I may not have known the difference between slip stitches and single crochet, but anyway, making Mew again, and this time from my own pattern, it's really hard not to compare and just see the difference a couple of years makes here and there, even though she is still a treasure. You want to sit there, mate? Thank you. Anyway, my original attempt at this challenge kind of fizzled out, so I ended up just selling off the ones that I'd made and forgetting about it. And I needed to find a way to stop that from happening this time. So at this point, it has been 2 years since the first Pokemon video appeared on my channel. That's a long time, and we had made only 19 Pokemon. And I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about streaming, but I thought it might be a good way to keep myself consistently focused on chipping away at this challenge. And it turns out I was right. Now look, the first stream was a little bit rough. I mean, hopefully it's live. Otherwise, oh no, wait, here we are. We got an ad playing. Hi. Focus, please focus. Look, it's a zoom feature. Yes, I am awesome. Look at me go. I don't remember which row I'm up to. Oh, we just lost our camera. Yep, there we go. And backup plan. Watching my brain panic. I know it looks silly right now. Oh, the camera died again. What was I talking about, guys? Thank you, Ashley Smith, for supporting Ivysaur and his perfectly average sized rosebud. Weave that through, and folks, we are done. There is our little Ivysaur. I have figured that we would keep working through the Pokemon in the dex order and just like fill in the gaps that way, but it turns out it was way more fun to let you guys pick what came next. So, as you can see here, I have picked out 4 different colours of yarn. There we go. So, you guys have signed me up for Tangela, I've heard it pronounced. I've always thought it was Tangela. I'm not really much of a drawer. Drop a 1, 2, or a 3, and it's going to tell us who we're going to be making next. And we're going to make Jigglypuff. And hello, Jiggly. Okay, there are our 2 little Pokemon, 21 and 22 of our regular Pokédex. And we also made Psyduck that day. Pretty much straight away, Mr. Bones started enhancing our Pokemon, providing them with key items to help them express themselves.
May I borrow Tangela?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh, he's back!
As requested.
Oh my god! So yeah, he made Jigglypuff's little microphone, which is a safety eye and a piece of black tubing, and now Tangela's got his little glasses on. I think that's the sweetest. You will be seeing more of his contributions as we work through the rest of the Pokemon. I just thought we should acknowledge it early so you guys can play a little game of see if you can spot them all. Now, the early rounds of the guessing game that we were playing on stream to help you guys pick who we were making next became something that we had to name Dodge the Diglet. We knew he was in there somewhere, but honestly, from week to week, it was hard to tell if we were trying to catch him or if we were trying to avoid him. So yeah, so no Diglet, no Dugtrio today. But they will have to be done eventually, guys, just saying. I'm gonna tell you guys, that brown is staying in these options until you pick it. It's these guys again. And I thought it would be funny if one of them was still Diglet. So we could have had Dugtrio, because I think you managed to somehow not pick him every single stream so far. For weeks now, I've been including Diglet and Dugtrio in the votes. I'm not going to confirm whether or not they're there today, but you may notice there are 2 brown squares. There is a twist. They're all Diglet. I'm going to do that to you guys eventually, because at some point you have to pick the Diglet. Door number 4 was the Diglet you have all been avoiding for 8 streams now. I just know that we found 16 other Pokemon while we were in there looking for him. 4-1 with 33% of the vote. And I think that's enough of that. A little bit more in there. Oh yeah, that's the money. Okay, it looks like you guys chose pink with 35% of the vote. Oh, got a little edge of something. I forgot it was this one. I thought it was Wigglytuff. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know if he's shy because his yolk is out. I think he's just coming out of his shell. Yeah, that's right. You are egging me on. Yogi in Yogi. So you guys picked Tentacle. How angry do we want to go? Oh yeah. I might need to take a minute. He has so many opinions. Is it what you're expecting? Blah! I sent pictures of Shelter's butt to you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Boats. He's a little clammed up. But what is the point? We have another fish. We'll forge bravely on. So we need to make 4 more little dunce caps. Only when I nail tessellation, I really nail tessellation. So we started off with this little guy who has not a single thought. He thought it was his turn with the brain cell, but it whizzed straight past. And then we have a little star. It is Charizard, because I don't know, I was feeling some type of way this morning and I just felt strong and brave and capable. Oh, there we go, we're making Clefairy. So I'm sure that this one here is a crowd pleaser. It is our little Oddish. Do we have any guesses as to what we think it might be? We're going to be making Paris. And I believe it'll be exactly who you all thought it would be. I'm just surprised that you picked it.
Aha, see? Ha.
It is Gloom. How our little fellow turned out. Hopefully nobody is disappointed. I can't imagine why you would be. Hello, friend. Here is our little Nugget. Our Slowpoke had a little bit of extra flavour added, and he's made Eduardo little rose so that Eduardo can be Eduardo. It looks like we are making Eradicate. There's the little face. It's not great, guys. So, who is ready to play Dodge the Diglet? Give her the easy nugget boy, gang rise up, no more dodging, pick the brown boy. I love this, there's a Diglet uprising. So that today was our last ever game of Dodge the Diglet. There he is, he's our Diglet. Boop, there's our boy. Here we are, we just plugged him. Either way, we caught up with him in stream 9 and I was gonna need some new theme ideas. I thought we might have been going fishing today, but then as I was assembling all of our stuff, I realized we didn't have any bait. And you know what makes the best bait, right? Worms. Winter is here and it's starting to get a lot colder and all I want to do is play with my yarn. That got me to Coldplay and that got me to today's theme. Well, you may have guessed it, but it's yellow. He has his little zigzaggy tail. He got to keep his little, it's either a magnifying glass or a bubble wand. Many faces of Executor. And for anybody wondering if I ran out of time and that's how Goofus happened here, no, Goofus was first. Goofus is a precious boy and I will not hear a word against Goofus. I like it when I can hold them and they feel like a little creature. This feels exactly like a little creature. Today's theme is what CK thinks she can handle. And the theme is these Pokemon all got up on the wrong side of the bed. Down here in the corner, our fisherman is back. That is because I finally remembered we have a bucket of bait sitting in the corner of the room. And that means today it is time to go fishing. I went digging and I found these 5 really interesting rocks. An Olympic theme today, and I have very carefully selected 5 events. Today's theme is, what is that buzzing sound? Who broke my pipe? Because I'd like to know, and I'm gonna level with you guys, a lot of these answers don't make any sense. We could have had number 5, who was really just more something that we found in the pipes. Today we are evolving 5 Pokemon that we have already made. There's a royal family coming to visit, I just don't know which one, so y'all are gonna help me work it out. Hold the bug. All right, where do you want to go? And so what I have done today is I've picked 5 Pokemon with no mouths. Now that doesn't mean that they haven't at some point had the mystery of their mouth revealed. So at this point, the Pokédex is filling up nicely, and Caterpillar in particular ended up with like a guest starring role on the stream for a bit. This brought us up to 71 out of 151, which is almost halfway. At this point, I really have to stop and just acknowledge the incredible community that has sprung up around the streams. Not only have you all just been truly excellent company, you've also been fundamental in keeping this challenge on track. Chat has been finding reference images, looking for sneaky toe beans, checking for the pupil blinkers. It's better to know. As well as naming every single one of these Pokemon. And hold on, at the end I'm going to give you a really good look at each of them and tell you what their names are. And even helping to collect timestamps for me to put this video together. So happy time zone, everyone. Of course, you guys also immediately split yourselves into the Boring Colour Brigade and the Purple Menaces, and a war was waged over multiple streams. And I openly admit that I took advantage of that in order to make the Pokemon that I felt like making that day. Well, then the game we are playing is Trick or Treat. Now, a trick for who and a treat for who, I'm not going to confirm. You guys have picked Little Miss Butterfree. At least start the trick. If it's easy, yes, 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 yes. Okay, all right, okay, okay. All right, we'll make what's behind door number 1. You asked for it. Mr. Mime, what's behind door number 1? He puts his hands up for Detroit.
Glasses for Mr. Fine. Perfect.
I'm sorry, he's clearly a Squirtle. He has this silent kind of menace to him that I'm actually kind of adoring, because he can like harass all of the other Pokemon really effectively. Okay, so it looks like you guys voted for Trick. So Trick was Ditto. It turns out it wasn't a door, it was Ditto all along. Ditto. I don't think you're gonna reach the screen that way, love. This is a very large knife for a very small ditto. Dream big, little ditto. Looks like he's about to go choppy? Choppy. Okay, we're gonna open the treat door. So, the little dude behind the treat door was Cubone. So, yeah, so the theme for today is all three of these guys have tentacles. Oh, well, those look familiar, don't they? We are making Bellsprout, and wait, I can hear you say already, Bellsprout doesn't have tentacles. I think you might find that he does. Oh, look at those. What else would you call those? All right, you just sit there for a second, buddy. He's just such a little bean. Oh, buddy.
If you did Bellsprout as a Chinese dragon.
No, it was a centipede, just like.
Just as, not as a centipede, as a vine.
No, it's a centipede, it is. It's a biblically correct Bellsprout. Oh, he must be inked. He must. There we go. He's officially a rhizome, which is plant humor. There. Okay, I'm gonna just finish making this leaf as though that didn't just happen. He's totally Beldritch Sprout. Alright, there is Lollipops. So today's theme is a residual Christmas theme. Alright, so number 4, let us do a reveal. Not a partridge, but a Pidgey. Who is behind this door? Because what goes on top of the tree? Oh, my star! So today's theme is fancy rocks. Yeah, the colour of the square is not the main colour of the Pokemon. It's the colour of the fancy rock. These Pokemon all escaped. How they escaped will become obvious once you know who they are. So you might be wondering how Porygon escaped. Well, it's easy. Porygon. I think I'm funny. I'm sorry. That's my favourite punchline for today. So number 1 is the second cheesiest pun on this board, I think. So these are Pokemon that escaped and Nido ran. Hello, it's Thursday. Come on, Karma. Oh, okay. It's Sandslash. That's so exciting. That's one we need for the Gen 1 Pokédex we're working on. And this week is ones that didn't get away. Seal will be our 91st Pokemon. And so the reason Seal didn't get away is because, look, they're not broken. They didn't break the seal. They couldn't get away. See, I think Zubat did get away, but then he realized that he was not a wild bat. He is a Zubat. And so he came back. It's going to be suspicious at a certain point. Oh! Did I say orange? I shouldn't have said orange. Put that away! And it's another thing that I've been avoiding like the plague, which is the ones that are on fire. It's a shiny Poliwrath. Oh my goodness. You're so mighty and green. Boring Colour Brigade, rejoice, for we are in a sea of beiges. Today's theme is we are hitting the gym.
Can I borrow Wilson?
Well, I mean, Wilson's got a job. And 9. Mr. Bones is up to something. He made him a tiny sweatband. He's up in the gym, just working on his fitness. That's actually so cute. You all decided instead of going to the gym we were going to join the army. Because if this guy does nothing else, he definitely brings the armies. And the leggies, but mainly the armies. Okay, and he's got like his big blocky body, and he's got a little nub of a head. He's scratching his own head. Basically, the vibe I'm going to be going for is Machamp on his day off. Can you imagine if one of his limbs has a sock puppet on it? I'm just worried, I don't think it'll read. Particularly as I'm going for like the full-on like sock shape, I don't think it'd read, because even if I tried to Pikachu this with a couple of little bumps, some eyes and some cheeks, I don't think... Okay, the more I draw, the more I like it. I don't think it reads. I think it's a mistake. You can't have it!
I don't think it reads. Bit more detail. It's a mistake. Bit more detail. I'm not getting sold on this every second I do this. Bit
You
more
can't
detail.
have it, it doesn't work!
Oh, it's perfect though, look. I want that sock puppet Pikachu, not
You
for
want a
him.
full-size
I want
sock.
a full one for me.
Guys, it's not gonna look right. I mean, I can try, but it won't look like a Pikachu sock puppet. It'll look like he's doing unspeakable things to a Pikachu plushie. So I'm just really hoping for something dragony or dinosaur-y, and failing that, something that might just be a potato so we can get to the next one. Chaos, that is not a potato. That is a Pidgeot. Oh, you are a fancy looking verb. Look how pretty you are. So that is 92 Pokemon down. Pidgey coined a brand new term for us as a community. We had megapodding, meaning we make a Pokemon unnecessarily large, and now we also had Pidgeotting, when you make a Pokemon just so tiny. Basically, if I got distracted at a crucial point in the design process, who knew what was going to happen? So we had a routine around the streams at this point, and I was getting pretty confident that this Crochet X thing might actually be able to be finished. Plus, I was having fun hanging out with everyone. So in January of this year, so that's 2025 for anybody watching in the future, I decided to give the streams their own space, and they moved over to ComplicatedStreams. Now, doing this made sense for a few reasons, but for me, it was just about making that mental shift of giving it its own space and allowing me to prioritize this whole thing as a project in and of itself. Today's theme is door. You need to pick which door you want to open. This theme is so dumb and I love it. We're gonna knock, knock, knock. And it is, of course, Door Duo. Ooh, who could it be? It's Nidoqueen. Ready? Mr. Bones made a present for Nidoqueen. I didn't want to reveal it until she had a head. Look. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty though? Look! But there is our Nidoqueen with her Nidoking, and they are very happy together. What are you gonna be? Oh! Is that Beedrill? Okay, yeah, it's Beedrill from a weird angle. Okay, cool! We finally got a Gen 1 one that we haven't made before! And so each one of these Pokemon have been put in a blender, and basically what that actually means is I've taken the main colours from each of these Pokemon and I've mixed them together, and these colours are the results. You guys picked Lapras! You picked Lapras! I feel like you'd be like, woo, Lapras! Mr. Bones?
It's fine, everything's fine.
I'm hearing the sound of all of the alfoil.
It's about all of it.
Yeah, is it all over the floor? Excuse me for 1 second.
Give me a look.
No, I'm fine. I'm just also gotta take the glasses off so I can go.
I feel compelled to help you, but I can't.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? Fish around in my eyeball? No. It's a little modesty screen for the Lapras. And what a surprise! You guys voted for the purple. Our industrial waste boy. No, none of these are for eating. These are not safe for human consumption. It was just... The themes are gonna get a little bit loose. We're not eating them, we're just blending them. Ah yes, that makes it all better. It does. And like, to be honest, as we mentioned, Mark doesn't mind. To Mark, the blender is like a ride at Disneyland. He's patting the Lapras. So, I'm sure you're all dying to know who we're making today for our 100th Gen 1 Pokemon. There was a lot of pressure to pick something. So, I have a wheel. Gyarados is in there, Mewtwo is in there, and so is things like Ghastly. So, who knows? And I feel like we're gonna spin this wheel, and whoever we spin up, that's going to be our 100th Pokemon. Ooh, okay. So it looked like it was going to be number 58, and instead it's number 78, so I'm gonna have to just look up who that actually even is. But number 78 is... Rapidash! Number 78 is Rapidash. Okay. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Today's theme is not going to make any sense until you guys actually pick a door. So today's theme is I can hear animal noises, okay? I can hear animals scratching at each of these doors. Guys, I feel like you're going to be mad about this one here because like I've presented you with this lovely theme and you've managed to pick the wheel. I swear there's answers behind all of the other doors. Oh, that's 74. Oh, okay, cool. We are going to be starting today by making Geodude. Okay, here we go. Let's see who we can hear behind the door. And I think some of you guessed correctly when you suggested that there might be some growling sounds. Because we're making Growlithe. So today's theme is just like the Pokemon I've been avoiding. That's all. There's not really a punchline to any of them. It's just they're the Pokemon I've been avoiding. Some lips. Here we go. Sorry, Humpty is watching on, giving this expression. We are making Magma! We named him very early on. It's Magma, and his name is the Firecracker. So, I hear you'll like the colour purple. Game on! So, anyway, the theme for today is these Pokemon, they are dressed / accessorized. I'd like, go with dressed, but one of them doesn't match the theme. But you'll be pleased to know that this dude isn't wearing black underwear, he's wearing purple underwear. Hitmonchan and her boxing gloves. So here are Mr. Bones' picks. You have managed to select Kingler. It's Cloyster. Reminder that today's theme is catfish, and so nothing is quite what it seems. The one thing that I'm not messing with you about is that these Pokemon are all yellow. Like, I understand that I've kind of stirred you up a little bit in previous weeks, but these Pokemon are legitimately all yellow. But today's theme, you might be able to tell, there's something a little bit strange about it. Some Pokemon have been offered to you guys over and over and over again. So the box labelled 7 has appeared in, this is their 7th appearance on a stream without being picked. We're making Weepinbell, which is finishing off that evolutionary line actually. Let's just see. Oh yeah, so that's an elbow straight away, so he clearly has arms. That's very strange because like, I remember him as just being like the legs and the nugget, and then maybe just with like little arms. It's like the more I thought about it, the less arm he had.
Can I borrow a body nugget?
Sure. He's got pins.
Yep, that's good for him.
Oh no!
So here's a weight made out of a mop.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, he's so pretty. I don't know what to do with this. It's very well crafted. That's the reason he's a hostage. He's taking the place of the princess. He's waiting to spring the trap. You do not have a friend in horse. He's a hermit crab. Now, let us just reveal who is behind door number 6. And he might surprise you, but he has turned up to so many streams. It's just by the time he gets there, you guys have already picked someone else because he's just a little bit slow. It's so cute. It's so cute. He's just a little... I want to protect him. Look, I don't know what it is about Slowbro out of all of them. In fact, all of the ones that I've made so far, except for maybe Dugtrio. But he's just so good. He's so perfect. Look at the eyes on that shell. I love him. I think he has been Carnivined. I think it is the Carnivine effect. Hi, Rapidash. But anyway, to the shelves. Alright, we're running out of room. This challenge so far has turned out to be like this really great exercise. It's almost like shape training. It's shaping practice, free from like the creative pressure of designing the creature itself. The theme today is these Pokemon all look like they should have hatched from eggs. And yes, I know all Pokemon hatch from eggs. We are going to be making our chicken Arbok. Snakes hatch from eggs. Anyway, you guys picked door number 5. Like, okay, it's a Peoplemon, but like looking at that thing, it's a duck. It's called Golduck. It hatches from an egg. Like, I'm fine with making that distinction. Okay, so your theme for today is one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. And you have picked purple. Answer is Dugong. So you guys found the one horn. So now all we have left is one-eyed, flying people eater. So number 5 for our people eater. Come on, tell me he doesn't look like he's snacking. So yeah, we are going to be making Lickitung. The theme is, it's Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you, but I feel like that needs to come with a little bit of a caveat here in that I'm not making fun of the fandom, I'm just uninformed. For our Star Wars theme, I thought I would go for like a little dude with a lightsaber. And so we'll make Marowak. We have someone who gives me like Yoda energy, right? You might be wondering, what's Vero doing here? I'm suddenly really shy to say this. Okay, he's here because he's the Millennium Falcon. And I'm actually relatively proud of that joke. The theme today is, look, the colours are gone. They are, in fact, those little black stones. Those little black stones that I think some of you have recognised because those little black stones are Onyx. You don't recognize the stone. Well, the stone is rhodonite. Pictures, not colours. Enjoy. There is still a theme for the Pokemon, it's just they are being expressed as emoticons. Where, of course, the clue is the wet tortoise. We're gonna make Blastoise first today. Car shoe foot, let's go! Number 3, which is a car, a boot, and a toe. We had to excavate him. I think it's hilarious that you guys picked the 2 that kind of look like rocks. Kiara, today's theme is the Purple Menaces versus the Boring Colour Brigade. They are the 2 factions of chat, and today I decided to race you guys to see how that turns out. You guys have picked Pinsir. Just like, oh no, the Boring Colour Brigade went to sleep, but the Purple Menaces don't have a sleep schedule. I'm just like, you little gremlins, I adore you. Now, that does mean that the Boring Colour Brigade wins today. It does not mean they get to claim bragging rights for the rest of this stream. And then a new war begins next week. And we're making Primate. Pick a colour, any colour. It's not so much a suspicion as I'm pretty sure that a lot of you remember who Mr. Bones' favourite Pokemon is. And that is why you wanted to pick this one here. There we go, you guys picked Graveler. Symmetrical. We're all a little wonky. Alright, that's it. I'm pulling it up. Okay, just because I can't just drop that. He's a very stable little rock. Good boy. He will not stand on his head. He will not. There's only one Pokemon this colour. I believe it is his first appearance on stream. And he is also a good boy. Today's theme is fancy tails. All of these Pokemon have fancy tails, and I'm warning you now, the colour of the square is the colour of the tail. There is a theme. So the theme for today is these are 5 Pokemon that have not yet been offered on stream. So yeah, we're going to start off the day with Nidorina. First appearance on stream for Monsieur Ghastly. Haha. So pick carefully. Please do not torture your local crochet artist. Alrighty, it looks like the Purple Menaces might have struck again. Let's close this off. Behind door number 3, we have Nidorino. Today's theme is please, please, please pick a yellow one. And then if you pick a yellow one, you can pick a purple one afterwards. But also, I have to give you guys the illusion of choice. So there's already a purple one there. Oh no! Yeah, no, you've chosen Hypno. So you have picked Alakazam! Why was yellow requested specific? Oh, thank you, honey! Look! Dos spoons! For today's heist, we have a Pokemon acting as a distraction. One of them's cutting the power, one of them's cutting the glass, one of them's making the grab, and one of them's making the getaway. I can already hear the squeeze of excitement from people watching the replay. Oh, look who finally decided to join the party! Alright, so yeah, okay, cool. We're going to start off with Raichu. You have picked the one and only cat burglar himself. Yeah, that's right. Come on. It's something new! I'll take it! Is it Krabby or Kingler? It's hard to tell. It's Krabby, and guys, not only is it something new, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon I actually haven't made yet! At this point in the process, Onix has to be my favourite one that I've made. He's just so stable and does not have a bad angle, even if he is one of the horrible pupil blinkers. I have beef with Nintendo about the pupil blinking. Some Pokemon blink just their pupils and not like over their whole eye, and once you notice, you can't unnotice it. And anyway, as much as I love how Onix turned out, I am never making Arcanine again. He's got that real like Shih Tzu in a wind tunnel kind of aesthetic going on. This was it. We were down to the final 11 Gen 1 Pokemon. The end was in sight. The shelves nearly full. We took the remaining 11 Pokemon and split them over 2 final boards. So there is no real theme. The theme is basically we have 11 Pokemon to go. The remaining Pokemon are in these 2 documents. There we go. Everything will be fine. There's no pressure or anything, right? But yeah, we are going to start the day off with Venusaur. 10 Pokemon remaining. Something's a little bit fishy here. We are making the Codfather. For a horrifying second, I wondered if I'd changed this board. Can't believe there's only 9 to go. I can't believe there's only 9 to go. We really haven't fed the Purple Menaces recently, and y'all have picked Mewtwo. It's Grimer! Come on, Circumvent. Yay! Okay! Awesome! Alright, I'm excited for 2 different reasons. That is one of the 8 Pokemon we're missing from Gen 1. Okay, so it was not close. He's a little Is this Rhydon or Rhyhorn? Oh no. We have just 4 Pokemon left now. He has thumbs and he has a spoon, Mr. Bones. We need another spoon. I spent so much time over the last 2 years making sure you guys had enough options to pick from, and this is where it ends. With just 3 or 4. It's like, oh no, I revealed the answers. No, it's Kangaskhan. You guys picked Kangaskhan. So 4 wasn't very popular today, but also 4 won decisively. This is the last time we get to erase a door. It's Kabutops! Until we had just 1 Pokemon left to go. It took us 20 videos and 57 streams to reach this point, but it was finally time for the final Gen 1 stream. Gyarados, who we'd been calling the big blue wet thing, had been hiding on the final board the whole time, and I could finally reveal that. So let's do a little reveal, because one thing you may not have known is that all of the Pokemon were on these boards the whole time. What do we have here? Anyone who's been around since those early streams has seen this little Pokeball in the corner and knows that this little Pokeball has been in the corner forever. But what you don't know is that inside that Pokeball is our final Pokemon. It's the big blue wet thing! He has been waiting for his moment. Rawr! We started working through the pieces, and while I made a big effort that day, we obviously didn't finish him all in one sitting. He actually had to make cameos over a couple of different streams. And in the meantime, I will show you where we got to with Gary. Now, I know he probably looks to you the same as he looked last week, but I assure you, an additional many hours of work have gone into him at this point. Until he was finally finito. And with that, we were done. Well, the challenge is a full living crochet decks. So this is really only kind of step 1 along that particular journey. However, those of you who've been following the channel for a while know we have been chipping away at Gen 2, 3 and 4, as well as Lechonk. I think there'll be an absolute revolt if I don't mention our boy. That actually means that at the point of filming, we've made 24% of all the currently available Pokemon. That might change in the future, in which case we'll just have to work faster. We've actually already started the Gen 2 streams. We're 40% of the way through Gen 2 already. And between that and the Soul Silver run, which is wrapping up, I think the final episode will be out this month, so keep an eye out for that. I actually think we're going to be back here doing a Gen 2 recap by like June. Finally, exclusively throughout this process, chat has been responsible for naming all of the Pokemon. Most of the times the names make sense. Sometimes you manage to get some nonsense across the line. So here, to close out this video, the names for all the Pokemon completely out of context. Brussel the Bulbasaur, Broccobarb the Ivysaur, Warty Malone the Venusaur, Charminister the Charmander, Charnold the Charmeleon, Chararar the Charizard, Arthos the Squirtle, Porthos the Wartortle, and Aramis Spritz the Blastoise, Caterpie the Caterpie, Megapod the Metapod, Margarine the Butterfree, Beads the Weedle, Mr. Buzziness the Kakuna, Buzzkill the Beedrill, Tater-Tot the Pidgey, Pidgeotato the Pidgeotto, and Spudget the Pidgeot, Nibbles the Rattata, Crisp Ratchew the Raticate, Cap'n Jack Spearow the Spearow, Hen Solo the Fearow, Sneckens the Ekans, Eldoon the Arbok, Bolt the Pikachu, and Sparky the Raichu, Cairo the Sandshrew, Giza the Sandslash, Lilo the Nidoran female, Princess Sorbet the Nidorina, and Queen Da'ata the Nidoqueen, Stitched, the Nidoran male, Prince Gelato the Nidorino, Barnabas Kingsley the Nice Neddington 69th of his name, the Nidoking, Moon the Clefairy, Melly-June the Clefable, Browser the Vulpix, Lola the Ninetails, Jiggles the Jigglypuff, and Wiggles the Wigglytuff, Zuzu the Zubat, Golmez the Golbat, Veginald the Oddish, Drool Berrymore the Gloom, and Stinkblossom the Vileplume. Lady Pinchington the First and Emily her Mushrooms, the Paris, Shermit the Parasect, Moth the Venonat, Mothew the Venomoth, Dodge the Diglet, Dip Duck and Dive the Dugtrio, Meowtzarella the Meowth, Parmesan the Persian, Ducky Boy the Psyduck, Aqueduct the Golduck, Furious George the Mankey, Cantankerous Gregory the Primeape, Bernard the Growlithe, Embark the Arcanine, Polystyrene the Poliwag, Polyester the Poliwhirl, and Polyfill the Poliwrath, Teleportato the Abra, Levitato the Kadabra, and Prestidigitato the Alakazam, Cheddar Cheese the Machop, Macroak the Machoke, and Jimbob the Jimfrog and Little Bro the Hand Puppet the Machamp, Lolliplops the Bellsprout, Faceplant the Weeping Bell, Belladonna the Victory Bell, Dwayne the Squid Johnson the Tentacle, and Squid Cena the Tentacruel, Indiana Stones the Geodude, Mr. Stones the Graveler, and Bob the Boulder the Golem, Napalm the Ponyta, Charcolt the Rapidash, Slowpoke the Slowpoke, though Eduardo is also acceptable, Slowmo the Slowbro, Philip the Magnemite, Tripod the Magneton, Vicious Quark the Farfetch'd, Kiwi the Doduo, Kiwiki the Dodrio, Selkie the Seal, and Bubbles C. Blup the Dugong, Grimbleberry the Grimer, Muckleberry the Muck, Cooper the Shelder, and Redacted the Cloister. Rick Ghastly is Ghastly, Menace is Haunter, and Doppelganger is the Gengar. Feral Microwave the Onyx, Snorkel the Drowsy, Colonel Mustard the Hypno, Sebastian the Crabby, Claude Rangoon the Kingler, Watson the Voltorb, and Ohms the Electrode, Benedict the Execute, Eggplant the Executor, Bam Bam the Bone-Swingin' Man, fastest femur in Pallet Town, the Cubone, Chewhacker the Marowak, Kickin' Nugget the Hitmonlee, Hitmongroot is Hitmonchan, Hubba Bubba the Lickitung, Will Sun the Coughing, and Will Dad the Wheezing, Hornelius the Rhyhorn, and Donathan the Rhydon, Agatha the Chansey, Thicket the Tangela, Mama Scone and Little Biscuit the Kangaskhan, Bubble the Horsey, and Trouble the Seadra, Tunicorn the Goldeen, and the Codfather the Seeking, Beetlejuice the Staryu, Polaris the Starmie, Humpty the Mr. Mime, Trim Reaper the Scyther, Miss Muffet the Jinx, Spud Lightyear the Electabuzz, Firequacker the Magmar, Sir Bobby Pin the Pinsir, Meatball the Taurus, Goldiflops the Magikarp, Finito the Gyarados, Lazuli the Lapras, Giggle the Destroyer the Ditto, Stevie the Eevee, Soup the Vaporeon, Zest the Jolteon, and Toast the Flareon, Porigami the Porygon, Thalulu the Omanite, and Delulu the Omastar, Strudelbun is Kabuto, Croissant the Kabutops, Ace Goyle the Aerodactyl, Scraps the Snorlax, Nugget the Articuno, Thunderstalk the Zapdos, Hot Wings the Moltres, Hydrini the Dratini, Dydrini the Dragonair, Butternut the Dragonite, Dave Ogenes the Mewtwo, and finally Bartholomew the Mew. Okay, bye!